Okay, so tonight we're going to be making the skillet turkey enchiladas. So there's a couple of things that the recipe card says that you need that doesn't come provided. So at the bottom are all of the things that are in the box. And then if you flip it over, it says bust out, and then it says a large pan, a small pan, a large bowl, oil. So I have canola oil here, olive oil, sugar, the ground turkey, which was in the fridge, also measuring spoons, and then you're gonna need a cutting board, a sink, a stove, but that's pretty much all. So I have the other ingredients that did not come provided, and then I have the box here that came provided out of the HelloFresh box. So let's go ahead and open it and see what's inside. So I have 2 ounces of salad. I have the poblano peppers, cilantro, an onion, a lime, cut radishes, crushed tomatoes, mozzarella cheese, Mexican spice, garlic cloves, chipotle powder, another chipotle powder. So on the bottom it says like 1 teaspoon, so it's already pre-measured. Another package of mozzarella, another package of Mexican spice, 2 containers of cream cheese, another cilantro, 2 packages of tortillas, and the garlic. So, also I noticed that the recipe says that you should have ground turkey, and on the other side it said 20 ounces of ground turkey. They only gave me 2 packages and they're 8 ounces each, so we're gonna be a little short compared to the recipe, but hopefully it's okay. So I'm going to preheat the oven because the first step here says preheat and prep, wash and dry all produce, preheat boiler to high or oven to 500 degrees. So we decided to do the oven to 500 degrees because our broiler's in the top part, the smaller oven, so our pan actually won't fit. So we decided to just do the oven to 500 degrees. So looking ahead at the recipe, the large pan that you use, make sure that it's oven safe because you're going to put everything in here and then stick the skillet into the oven. So keep that in mind when deciding on a pan, and if you have multiple ovens, which oven to use for that. So I'm going to wash and dry all the produce that I have, so all of the prepackaged stuff, and then I'll see you back here when I'm done washing and drying. And seed the peppers. So I washed my 2 peppers, and so I'm just going to cut this one in half. Okay, and then just make sure that at the top you don't have any of the stem part left. So I'm just going to cut this part out. Make sure there's no seeds hiding anywhere or like in between the skinny parts. Okay, these look good. And then it says to thinly slice as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I finished chopping all of the poblano peppers, and then the last one says is roughly chop cilantro. Okay, so we've had some camera issues. We've tried 2 cell phones, and now I'm on to my actual camera. So I apologize, this recipe video is a little choppy. So I added my turkey. I cut it into little bits, and then cooked it until there was no pink left, so it was about 4 minutes. And then I added salt and pepper to taste. So the other thing that it said to add was chipotle powder, and they do give you 2 teaspoons worth of it. The recipe does warn you that it's really spicy, and me and my husband don't like spice at all. Like, I cannot handle anything spicy. I'm much more of a sweet fan. So I tasted the turkey, and it actually has a lot of flavor with the onions and the salt and the pepper and the peppers. So I'm opting to not use any of the chipotle powder. But if you like spice, go for it. So I left that out, and then it says to remove this from heat. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to get my small pan, and we're going to make the sauce. So it says to start with drizzling oil. So I'm going to go ahead and drizzle the oil and heat this up. So I'm using the other 2 teaspoons of the oil on here. So if you can see the little measurement on here, it's perfect. I love it. So I'm going to drizzle that in here. So once that's heated, I'm going to get my garlic. Then it says to add the garlic. So I added that. And it says to cook for about 30 seconds until fragrant. So toss it around until it's really fragrant. Okay, so it smells really good. And then it says to add the Mexican spice blend and cook tossing until you can really smell it, about another 30 seconds. So it says that this is not the spicy, so I added all of it, so hopefully it's right. So it actually soaked up all the oil, so I'm going to add some more because I don't know if that was supposed to happen. See, that's like just paste, so as you can tell, I have no idea what I'm doing in the kitchen. So this, because it's not really smelling anymore. So I guess I'm going to add some more oil. Maybe I'll just leave it, actually. I can kind of smell it. And it did say a large drizzle, and I did the same amount as I put for the vegetables. So, it's been about 30 seconds. Okay, so now it says, I'm just going to leave it. It says to stir in crushed tomatoes, cilantro, and 1 teaspoon of sugar. These These are like the milk jugs at my school with my kindergartners that I hate opening for them because it's like never works out. Okay, so I'm gonna add both of these. I really hope this recipe comes out because we are starving and this has not taken 10 minutes prep time like it said and 40 minutes of cook time. It has taken me a lot longer. I'm sure if you're an experienced chef it wouldn't take you this long. And if you were not filming, I don't think it would take you this long either. But this has taken me quite a while. So this would take too long for a weeknight meal for me anyway. Right now, because I'm filming this, but possibly if I wasn't worried about a camera and camera issues, this would be quick and easy. So while this finishes heating, because it wasn't that hot when I tasted it right now, it says to divide the turkey mixture between the tortillas, placing it on the sides with the cream cheese, and then roll it up and put it back in this same pan. So I'm going to take out the turkey from this pan, and then I'm gonna like put it in another bowl, and then I'm gonna roll up the tortillas and put it back in the pan. And then I'll see you on the other side of the kitchen. Okay, so I'm going to take the tortillas and put it over here. And then I'm going to spoon some. And then roll it up. And then place it in my pan. And then I'm just going to continue doing that until they're all done. Okay, so I do have some leftovers of the meat and peppers. Not too much though, because honestly, I didn't know how many to, or how much to put in each of the tortillas so that it's even, but I didn't do too bad for my first time, and then I can eat some right now. So now it says to add enough of the sauce to the pan to coat it. So as you can see, I put all of them into the pan. It says you may not use all of it, so that's good to know. It's not perfect, but as I said before, we're really hungry, so it looks pretty good. Okay, so sprinkle mozzarella. Okay, and then it says to stick this in the oven, broil or bake until sauce is bubbly and cheese melts. It says it should only be about 3 to 4 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we have to make the salad, and then it'll be ready to go. Okay, so we are back and I'm making the salad. So I rinsed off the radish. They give you a lot of radishes. We don't care for them too much, so I'm only going to add one. I know, I said we weren't picky, but you guys are probably thinking, man, they don't need anything. They don't like spice, they don't like radish. What do they eat? So anyway, so that's why. So I'm going to thinly chop this, these. That's partly why we decided to try this, is because, you know, just something different that we wouldn't normally make. That's probably good. Okay. Then it says to have the lime. So, roll it. So this, I don't know what I saw it from. Maybe Rachel Ray. You just roll it on the counter and then you get more of the juice out. So I'm going to have the lime. And then it says to, in a large bowl, toss the radishes, the spring mixed greens, which is right here, can you see our dog is right there? She's really hungry too, huh? Okay, so this, add the radish, add the olive oil, which it said 1 teaspoon, so. A squeeze of lime, so. And then a pinch of salt and pepper, so. Man, for something that they didn't tell me I needed, we sure do use it a lot. Okay, and then I'm going to toss this. So, this looks good. I'm going to take out the enchiladas from the oven because it says only 3 to 4 minutes. So it should be done. I'm going to go check on it and then I'll bring it out. And then we're ready for plating and finally eating. Okay, so here's our dinner. And it took a little longer being in the oven, but also probably because the sauce had cooled by the time I had assembled all the enchiladas and all of that stuff. So if I were to do it again, I would keep it on maybe warm or low, the sauce, until I was ready to scoop it onto the enchiladas. But we are finally ready to eat. So I'm going to scoop this carefully, if there's such a thing, onto the plate, and a little bit of the salad on the side. And there you go. So I'm going to go enjoy this food, and then I'll come back and I'll let you know my thoughts on the ease of making this menu, the time it took, and of course, the most important thing, the taste. Okay, so we finished eating the enchiladas and the flavor was delicious. It was just like you would get in a restaurant, and the salad was really good as well. My thoughts as far as the time it took, obviously I wouldn't be filming every single time I made this recipe, having camera issues. I would also have help, and I would know what I was doing, so it wouldn't take as long. However, you would have to go to the store, buy all the ingredients, but that's not a big deal. The other plus is that the recipe card you get to keep, so you can make the recipe again. But overall, I would definitely make this recipe again. We have a lot for leftovers for tomorrow's lunch, which was our whole point. And overall, I give these a thumbs up, this recipe, because it was delicious and it wouldn't take as long the next time I made it, hopefully. But yeah, we have 2 more recipes to try, so I'll see you back in our kitchen in a little bit.